Warriors! Things are going to start moving fast for Ripple XRP and the whole crypto market. Now I'm going to mix up today a little bit about XRP and what's going on within the economy. My name is Coach JB. I am the top health and mindset coach in the world. What you believe in your heart, you think in your mind, will eventually become your words and become your reality. Remember, if you can see it in your mind, eventually you can hold it in your hand. And what you repeatedly do gets ingrained in your subconscious mind. What gets ingrained in your subconscious mind becomes an unconscious activity. And the reality that you're experiencing right now is a culmination of your thoughts, actions, and behaviors up until this point. So if you want to change your life, then take decisive action. Stop messing around, warriors. Now I'm here to tell you today's video is very, very important. Now, a lot of you are getting shaken because of the volatility within the market. And I'll tell you what, there's going to be a lot within the next 5 months. But to tell you that crypto adoption is flooding in is an absolute understatement. Now, there's never been this many factors in our history, in our economy. So, for example, for our age group, our kids probably will never see this type of change ever in history. I'm going to break it down for you and the things that are happening today. We got the SEC lawsuit again coming up on the 30th. We got the SEC and Ripple meeting again. I'm going to show you a video from 2014 that one of my warriors, giving credit to the person who put it up on their Twitter page. Now, warriors, you have to understand that this is a tsunami coming. This is not a little baby wave. This is not a third wave coming in. This is a tsunami coming. But you have to know the game, because when the tsunami comes in and a bunch of money is made, well, guess what? The tide is going to go back outwards. So if you do not have an exit strategy, if you do not know how the market works, if you do not have the right community to keep you focused and put blinders on so you're not listening to 50 million people, you're going to get wrecked in the marketplace. But we're going to start out with understanding economics. This video may take a little bit longer. I'm going to share with you a meeting that's happening today with Jerome Powell that is going to be a big factor in how the markets respond. So you need to understand that. I'm going to teach you the game so you can understand. When Jerome Powell speaks, it will affect the stock market and the crypto market, right? So now they're playing in both. So the stock people are now playing in the crypto market. When Coinbase hit the IPO, they all think it was legitimized now. You got freaking Salesforce CEO, owns Time Magazine. They're hitting every single sector. So watch my video from yesterday, and then I'm going to explain to you what's happening. So this came out on the 27th. So America supports Biden's spending and want him to spend more, polls show. Multiple recent polls show Americans broadly back the big-ticketed spending proposals that have President Joe Biden's the first 100 days in office. More Americans say they approve than disapprove the $1.9 trillion C-word relief bill Biden signed into law in March. Surveys also find that Biden's $2 trillion infrastructure plan is already popular with majority of, and I'm going to share with you what this means. This is crazy, warriors. As he turns the page on his 100 days in office, Biden is gearing up to unveil yet another massive spending package, and I'm going to give you some justification on that or some verification on that. This one amid the addressing family-related issues. Okay, so we had the proposed tax laws coming out, right? So that's to bring from the rich to bring it to the poor, right? And I've told you guys for a long time in the narrative, middle class is going to get wiped out. Now, the next gentleman I'm about to talk about has signaled to you, also President Trudeau from Canada, or excuse me, Prime Minister Trudeau from Canada, and that this completely locked down. We have a bunch of warriors in Canada, has literally signaled to you that you're coming back to a new economy. Jerome Powell says he's worried about the middle class because they're coming back to a new economy, leveraged towards technology. So what they're doing is they're wiping out the middle class by getting rid of the jobs, replacing it with technology, blockchain, AI, and they're going to put you into UBI. This is literally signaling to you. So who are going to be the richest people in the world? The people who invest in the fourth industrial revolution and the quantum financial system. The uncommon 1%, we're a very small percentage of the population, just so you know. 60% of people don't even know about crypto. But what I'm going to show you on the back end of this, that 60% is shrinking dramatically like I showed you with Time Magazine. So today's meeting, I'd highly recommend, I guarantee you, there's going to be thousands of people watching. That's it. out of 7 billion people in the world. But you guys are all worried about WAP videos, what's his name with the 666 Nike shoes, whether somebody kneels down for the Pledge of Allegiance or you're caught up on the wrong things, warriors. Your world is changing. They're distracting the hell out of you. That's all a distraction by design to make you look this way, to argue about things that aren't going to change your life within the current paradigm. They're getting you confused, problem, reaction, solution. They had you confused about people kneeling for the Pledge of Allegiance. They had you confused about left or right. They had you confused about riots. They had you confused about all this stuff, the C word, the V word. Now you're arguing about the mask or not the mask, the V, not the V. Why does it matter what somebody else does? Worry about yourself and take care of your family right now, warriors. Worry about yourself and rise up in eternal Christ consciousness. If somebody's wearing a mask, who gives a shit? Focus on yourself. Invest in the biggest shift in generational wealth and then change the damn narrative. All right, I'll get off my soapbox. All right, there's a massive meeting going on today. The FOMC preview is the Fed thinking about tapering. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell has said that central bank is not even thinking about pulling the aggressive stimulus wars. You are going to get stimulus check after stimulus check. This is UBI coming, universal basic income. They're going to get the poor to rely on the government. And it says right there, they're loving it. They're loving it. They want to just sit back and do nothing. I'm not going to sit back and do nothing, warriors. I'm going to use this just like the elites do to become the richest person in the world. But if the U.S. economy with the U.S. economy showing positive signs of bouncing back through the vaccine rollout, when might the Fed first step in paring back on the asset purchases? Powell could provide some clues to the conclusion of the Federal Open Market Committee's meeting on Tuesday today at 2 p.m. Eastern. I will be watching it. But Fed watchers are expecting a broadly uneventful afternoon. He's probably just going to say the same exact thing. Watch. He's going to say, we're worried about the middle class. We're coming back to a new economy leveraged towards technology. We're working on a flexible inflation. Right now, we're working on keeping interest rates low to stimulate the economy. We're worried about the job market, blah, blah, blah. They're going to keep interest rates low so they can, anyways. The post-meeting statement is likely to be little change other than the note affirming a momentum in activity in unemployment, and the PIC headline, J.P. Morgan analyst, I'm not even making sense on that. With the central bank expected to hold pat on interest rates at near zero, the focus of financial markets remains fixated on the Fed's $120 billion a month pace of the U.S. Treasury and agencies' mortgage-backed security purchases wars. Okay, so let's bring this. Let's just talk about this at our level, right? So they're going to throw all these fancy words out there. Hardly any of you are going to watch this, right? Don't worry, I'll watch it for you. Okay, the Americans are supporting Biden's stimulus law because they can sit back, go to Vegas. It's packed. It's packed. It's packed in Las Vegas. People are spending money like it's going out of style, making it rain because they're getting free money, right? Okay. Then they're going to now say they're going to keep interest rates low. Now, this is going to affect the economy. If they keep announcing they're going to keep stimulating the economy, guess what? That's going to keep the stock market overvalued and high. That's good for us investors, right? But you got to know if they keep pumping the economy, we're good for a while, warriors. But this is going to flood people into the crypto space. So this is awesome, warriors. So this could be good, right? But also in the future, this is really, really bad for what it's going to look like in the future for a brief moment. So you have a choice. You can think like the poor, or you can become the wealthiest people in the world and change the narrative. Hopefully that made sense. I was really pumped up and excited about this. Okay, so now we're going to go forward just a little bit. We're going to watch a little bit of the video with Brad Garlinghouse. The SEC lawsuit heats up. Ripple CEO says it's hard to describe a small company like his as being harassed by the SEC.
Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse. Okay, Brad. Epic moves in XRP, but you say that XRP is a currency. Where does the suit with the SEC stand?
Look, I feel really good about the progress that has been made in the courts so far. It's been very clear to me, you have other parts of the U.S. government and saying that XRP is a currency, whether it be the Department of Justice, whether it be the U.S. Treasury has called XRP a currency. And so for the SEC, 8 or 9 years after XRP started trading, over $1 trillion has traded out there. For them to say, hey, we now think it's a security and you should have known that all along, that seems like a pretty hard to swallow. And look, Commissioner Persis deserves that crypto mom moniker because she really has been supportive of the industry and really championed the need for that clarity that hopefully will now get through the court process.
Well, this is an ongoing situation, but look at the spike, and some of the most recent spike has to do with the fact that a judge just actually dealt the SEC a bit of a blow here. The SEC did not like the motion that was set to prevent the SEC from receiving data that it really wanted from you guys. What do you read into that right now? And you've got a lot of XRP investors who are really concerned at the moment.
Well, look, the SEC has fought us at kind of every step. We had sought discovery around how and why they concluded that Bitcoin and Ether were not securities. As you know well, under Chairman Clayton, Jay Clayton came out and said Bitcoin's not a security, and Bill Hinman came out as the director of corporate finance at the SEC, said that ETH is not a security. And we have sought just information, even before the lawsuit, how were those determinations made? Given the similarities between XRP as an open-sourced, decentralized technology, how is it that one can be determined to not be a security and the other is a security? And so if it's not obvious to us as experts, how could it be obvious to the industry? And really the SEC did, Jay Clayton bringing this lawsuit did a lot of damage to those XRP holders. The day the lawsuit was filed, $15 billion of value was driven out of the XRP.
Okay, so let me narrate this just a minute. Now, remember what I told you guys, but what I think Jay Clayton, there's something going on. December 18th, the company that he consults for now, December 18th, they increased their position in Ethereum and Bitcoin up to 600 million in Ethereum and Bitcoin. And it said that they're going to increase to $1 billion this year. On December 22nd, Jay Clayton throws out a lawsuit. He's the head of the SEC during this moment, against Ripple XRP, bounces a couple days later on the 28th, and then they announced this year that he's now consulting for that firm. 8 years later, he throws out an SEC lawsuit, and like Brad Garlinghouse says, just to help you guys understand if you're new to the crypto space, they said Bitcoin is not a security. They said that Ethereum is not a security, and then they stopped at XRP, the number 3 cryptocurrency in that moment in time. Then they said they went after all these bad actors. Now you're bringing Gary Gensler. This is going to be, here's what I think is happening, a couple things. Number one, they tried to shake out retail investors, the weak hands. Bunch of weak people jumped out of XRP. Totally fine. You can't have weak hands. You got to have diamond hands. And so the diamond hands stayed. So they saw the real investors stayed. So now we're all navigating through this. Do you not think, look what's happening. This is Fox Business. Do you see any other CEO of a cryptocurrency exchange besides maybe Coinbase on Fox, on CNBC? Do you? No. They have Brad Garlinghouse as the poster child, XRP Ripple as the poster child for the cryptocurrency space. So what's going to happen in my paradigm, in my mind, once this gets released, it's going to be the biggest news in crypto history, and it's going to spread like wildfire. Your barbershop's going to be talking about it. Every gym is going to be talking about it. Everybody at work is going to be talking about it. And you're going to sit back and go, oh, I had this opportunity to invest. I'm not telling you invest in XRP, but it's just going to be the Bitcoin conversation. Hey, Bobby, I bought like 35,000 Bitcoin at like 10 cents. And it's like, oh, God, I've heard that story a million times. Everybody has a story about Bitcoin, right? It's like, do you see what I'm saying, Warriors? We're at a precipice, like it's literally like that Coke bottle, and you're about to drop some Mentos in there and put the lid on it. That's what's happening. But here's the thing. People aren't patient enough to wait 5 months. We're 5 months away from a massive parabolic move and then a massive crash coming back down, Warriors. Okay, so I just want to show you that. Go check it out on Fox News Business. Let's go a little bit. I want to give credit where credit is due. So this was sent to me by one of my Warriors, but this was posted by it is at Ian Northing. So he has a lot of cool tweets, actually. So I subscribe to his channel. So it's on Twitter. I would check him out. Go follow him. He has a lot of really cool XRP tweets. So this is a video back in 2014, I believe. So I found the actual YouTube video that he posted. So this is in April 24th, 2014. Now remember what he said about XRP and Ripple, how they saw it as cash, right? Or not a security, as a currency. So this is from the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis. So this gentleman was speaking, David Andrafato, was speaking about legal and illegal trading of Bitcoin, and he brings up Ripple. Listen to this.
To diminish the attractiveness of Bitcoins as currency. Does anybody use Ripple? Wow. I think you guys might be the winners. Because Ripple is a currency agnostic protocol. You know, Bitcoin wants to be the money. Ripple, they have their native currency, but they don't necessarily. Ripple is a protocol that works very similarly to Bitcoin, but it's more interested in facilitating processing payments. But it'll process U.S. dollars, euros, bitcoins. It's native currency. It's currency agnostic. And so it's quite possible that this ruling actually benefits the payments processors as opposed to the virtual currencies that really want to be competing currency. But I'll
just leave you that, Warriors. It's the writings on the wall. And what I do is I'm able to pull myself to a 30,000-foot overview. Why? Why, Warriors? Because of the things that I focus on. I follow the life of Jesus as close as possible. I transmute sexual energy into positive things. Meditation, breathing, workouts, high intensity, hypertrophy training. I do things to clear my gut, to clear my mind. My brain can see things differently. That's just how my brain works. So not only am I very disciplined, but I'm also very clear-minded. I sit on things. Like somebody asked me yesterday, or it was asked in our Warrior Academy, hey, your portfolio hasn't changed from March 22nd. It doesn't. I don't flip in and out of cryptocurrencies. I'm a fundamental generational wealth building person. I teach my warriors stagnant, methodical. Sit in the pond for a little bit. Let everybody get uncomfortable. You have to learn how to get uncomfortable, sit there and be patient. And then boom, all of a sudden you're in a lake. And then boom, all of a sudden you're in a freaking massive flowing river. And then all of a sudden, boom, you have the Pacific Ocean. Whereas you have to be disciplined in this marketplace because there's so much information. The attention span from human beings went from 30 minutes in the 1980s to 5 seconds now. So if you don't have the ability to be patient, to be calm, to understand that what is happening, the tsunami is coming, and I'm going to show you right now. So Mark Cuban was talking about freaking Dogecoin on Ellen yesterday. Think about this, Warriors. Now they're hitting Ellen's group. They hit the Time Magazine group, the 50 and over, the baby boomers who are literally struggling to transition into this, okay? Why would Time Magazine send that out? Think about that. Because the CEO of Salesforce, one of the biggest companies in the world that linked up with VeChain, one of my biggest holdings, had literally bought Time Magazine strategically in 2019. Now he's having Time Magazine talk about crypto all the time. So let's watch what Mark Cuban said on Ellen, and I'll let you guys go.
Quickly, we're out of time, but what are your thoughts on NFTs that everybody's talking about? And then you got into cryptocurrency and NFTs early, so is that something that we should all be looking at?
The thing about NFTs is they're just digital collectibles. Don't think about the technology at all. It's just one more thing to collect, only it happens to be digital. If you think about everything on your phone that you value, particularly younger kids, I mean, their most valuable possessions are things on their phone. An NFT is just a digital collectible that you can buy, hold, sell like any other collectible.
And cryptocurrency?
Cryptocurrency is just an asset to invest in. You know, Bitcoin is kind of like a digital version of gold. Ethereum is a digital version of a currency. And then you got Dogecoin, which is just fun. But the weird part about it, it went from being a cryptocurrency joke to now becoming something that's becoming a digital currency. At the Mavs, we sell a lot of merchandise for Dogecoin. And you should look at it for the Ellen shop. You guys could sell a whole lot of stuff for Dogecoin.
We sure will do that. Mark, we're going to take...
Okay, so they're like Warriors. Think about that. They're hitting a whole new demographic now. Now, all these young ladies who are watching Ellen, or she has a big demographic, right? They're all talking about it now at the nail salon. That is predictive programming. Mark Cuban is on a freaking speaking tour right now. And why is he on a speaking tour right now around cryptocurrency? Because he's invested in it, Warriors. Why do you think Elon Musk is doing things on TMZ? Because he is invested in it, Warriors. Why do you think all these upper echelon are throwing out these cases? Why do you think Jay Clayton moved from the SEC to consult a cryptocurrency company? Because they're all invested in it, Warriors. Are you starting to get that what happens is, and I'm going to share with you from a business perspective, I'm already planning stuff 3 years from now for my business. You guys won't know what I'm planning. I'm literally, there's dominoes falling 3 years from now, Warriors. Think about that. They're not going to let you know what they're doing. They're not going to show you the playbook before the play. That'd be like me coaching a football team and going to the other football team and be like, here's my playbook. Here's what I'm actually going to do. We'll see you on Sunday. Wake up, Warriors. Wake up. So here's what we do. I'm Coach JV. I am the top health and mindset coach in the world. We're helped over 1,400 Warriors navigate this space. Not a perfect program, but here's the thing to think about, Warriors. Out of 1,400 people, we've only had 7% leave since November. That should tell you something. The reason why they don't leave is because of the community. There's so many programs out there. We have cryptocurrency courses. We have the basic courses out there explaining, blockchain technology, all that stuff. You have access to my portfolio. Why do people stay? Because of the community, because of the ability to ask questions, ability to be connected with 1,400 people. We have cryptocurrency calls on Thursday, technical account analysis calls on Friday. We just improved our Discord. By Friday, it's going to be one of the best Discords in history. You have access to my portfolio. It doesn't change very often, but you can see exactly what I'm doing. You're going to see my sick exit strategy, my exact exit strategy, my ladder strategy, so I don't get wrecked like everybody else. Marketplace. Okay. You also have, everybody's messaging me here because I'm on Facebook. You also have, you see the cat, that was funny. You also have the surrounded by the community wars. You have a 120-day challenge, workout, nutrition. See, there's our community right there. See the example. They're blowing up the phone right now. But anyways, Warriors, everything you need is in the description down below. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. And that's all we always say, Warriors, rise. That's an example of our Warrior chat. They're going early. Let's go.